Today, we're going to take a first look at the Viltrox 85mm f1.8 autofocus lens for the Sony E Mount system. Let's go! What's up everybody? Phil with Photo Gear Fun here today. We're going to take a look at this Viltrox 85mm f1.8 lens. It's an autofocus lens. There are two versions of this. This is the autofocus lens. It's for Sony E Mount cameras. It's here on this Sony a7 III, but it'll work on any of the Sony E Mount cameras, including the APS-C cameras. I'll give you a few of the specs real quickly and then we'll jump right into it. So it's an 85mm f1.8. It's got 10 elements in 7 groups. It's got a fully metal build. The build quality is really great on this. It's got an STM motor. There is a USB port that you can see here. It's a USB port to do firmware upgrades, and I'm running firmware 1.10, which is the most recent. It was July 5th, so as of this recording, that's the most recent firmware. The closest focusing distance is 0.8 meters, and it weighs in at about 1.4 pounds. So it's a hefty lens. Since it's a prime lens, you just have this focus by wire, and it's very, very smooth, very well dampened. It is plastic, but everything else is, well, the base is mostly metal. There's a little bit of plastic here on the front, and this ring is plastic. Again, it's 1.4 pounds, but look at that front element. It's pretty impressive. So what I did is I took this down to my favorite spot to take some pictures here in Durham at American Tobacco. I'm going to show you some of those pictures. I'm going to show you the video, and then we're going to come back and talk a little bit more about what I think of my first impressions of this Viltrox 85mm f1.8 autofocus lens for Sony E Mount. Well, those were the pictures and you saw the video. As far as pictures go, I think it does a great job. The autofocus is fairly fast, fairly confident. I did have a couple of misses. I had a miss here or there, and I don't have the 85mm Sony lens to compare it to, but it seems like it's not quite as good as a native lens, but it's very, very close. I would feel confident using this. I'm not a pro, so I wouldn't necessarily use this in a pro situation, but I'm confident using this whenever I need to. The pictures look good. There's very low chromatic aberration that I saw, and I did take some shots to specifically test for that. Very, very sharp in the middle. The edges seem to be fairly sharp too. Again, real world, I didn't do any tests. I don't really do tests for charts and those types of kind of lab tests because I just want to show you what it looks like in the real world. The video seems like there's some stepping. I noticed this on my Fuji too, but my Fuji kind of does that, so I wasn't sure if it was the lens, but there's definitely in the video you saw there's some stepping in the video, so I don't know that this is necessarily going to be the greatest lens for video. I'm going to do a full review on this, watch for the full review. I want to use it a little bit more before I do my full review. I don't like just grabbing something, using it for a few hours, and then doing a review, so I'm going to use this a lot more, and we'll get you a full review. There'll be links down below if you'd like to buy this. I believe it's available now on Amazon for $399, which is a great deal, much less than the Sony version of this, and I believe that they're very comparable. Get out there and have your photo gear fun. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, click on that bell icon, and that will allow you to be notified whenever we go live or we have a new video out. I will talk at you again in the next one.